hello, welcome, Sunday night. What I was saying was that we had been away for quite a bit because um, just the con season. So Gen Con, both I and Sarah are at Gen Con. Alex was also at Gen Con. Um, Sin was also at Gen Con. And we were all so busy that we all barely saw each other while we were all at Gen Con, running around doing all of the various things that we were doing. But we got back. I was a little bit sick, the con crud, not COVID. I took tests, multiple tests, and they all said no COVID. And so just regular con crud. 70,000 plus people get together with all their individual germ factories from around the country and mix them up. And so that's just kind of how it goes. But we are here. We are going to, really quick, state of Like Clockwork. We are going to run tonight's adventure. Hopefully we will find a good narrative stopping point. But John has his master's program, and so we're going to definitely have to take a hiatus for a bit and finish out this whole kind of Act 2 story arc for Like Clockwork as we can. Catch as catch can. Sometime when John has a break from the excruciating amount of school-related education stuff that he will no doubt have to do for his master's program. And then
I can't believe they let me in. The joke's on them.
The joke's on them. The joke's also on John, because John's going to have to do a lot of work now. All the work is so much work. But yeah, so that's what's going on. We will see what happens at the end of this evening. We might run a little bit long tonight, but excited to see what happens here. And with that, why don't we go ahead and get into it after just real quick, everybody say hello. And if there's anything really important that you want to let folks know, please just jump in and do so.
You're muted.
I may or may not, depending on weather, end up in LA. Tomorrow there's going to be some really exciting news that comes out on Wednesday on Catalyst's socials. So I won't ruin it, but you'll have to check it out.
Indeed. Weather permitting, because the weather is supposed to be bad in California this week. So I hear. And in the future, there's big hurricanes coming to California, and everyone's really, really up in the air and excited about that. But all right, so cool.
Everybody wants to make it in Hollywood.
Everybody. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and get into this game? It's about that time.
Whenever the GM laughs like that,
I don't like it.
Never a good sign.
Nope, don't like
Specifically because of our geographical location within the world. Um, yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, I said during the break that I'm a little bit excited tonight to perhaps see how strong Shaelune is. Um, and I don't know that made made Sarah nervous for reasons that uh I can't imagine. So when we last left off, our crew had finally arrived in Desiren, which is Shaylune's hometown, and one of the big things that happened was Shaelune was able to uh, find her parents, see that they were safe, and show them that she was also safe. So a bit of a reunion there. Also, things that happened were that both Dru and Panabon saw that there were some shenanigans going on at the university. Um, and through some deducing, Dru determined that there was going to be an attempt on, pardon me, on Ahmad Kia Burungan's life. Kia Burungan is, of course, Shaylune's professor. That was also another person that she was here to see. And so, with that,
Also,
they
I helped hide a body that I did not stab. It was stabbed or shot or something happened via a different person. I still helped hide the body, though. I would like that for the record that I had no personal stake. I did not murder anyone this time. And it just so we're all on the same page that I rolled up on a dead body that I helped hide. I did not murder said dead body. So
I did.
there's
I
that.
did this
So
time.
there are no fingerprints except for the ones that I left after they were dead. So I am not culpable in that particular murder of the strange person. That
there's definite shenaniganry going on here. There's definitely some shenanigans going on when Panabon came upon that scene, as a matter of fact. But what does it all mean? We will learn more as we get into this. And so, after telling Ahmad Burungan that she was in danger, her response was pretty much, look, I'm not running from things. I have a meeting. I'm going to make the meeting. Knowing that something bad might happen is important because she is a wizard after all. So she can probably set up some.
Okay, but can we can I just identify for a moment with the fact that she's like, I have a meeting, and that is her reason for walking into danger. And also, like, I am about to fly into a hurricane tomorrow, so, like, phew, I sneezed. But
you have a meeting.
I have a meeting. Damn it.
I guess
That sometimes
my
sometimes
thought
you gotta
is-
go to your meeting.
I guess my thought / question for Professor Burungan is like, have you seen a lot of undead bodies? Like, do they know that people are being risen from the dead in graveyards and other sundry places? I assume they know that. It seems like they understand that. I do appreciate someone just willing to walk into danger, So, but I do wonder how many undead, pedomancy, necromancy, whatever we're calling now, how many people that shouldn't be walking around are walking around currently in Desiren.
Well, as far as Ahmad Burungan knowing kind of what the danger is, she was at the university in Castanede when it was attacked.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's a risk assessment. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And so the evening prior, we find ourselves getting ready to sort of bed down because it is the weekend.
Ooh.
Ahmad Burungan doesn't think there's any issue with really with Shaylune's initial idea, which was to stay in the basement of the School of Arcane there. which Shaelune wanted to do, but then learned that it had actually started finding some use from the school, and that actually
I had plans for that secret lair, Danny.
Well, now
Usually it's villains that
you can
call
have
it
a
secret
sleepover in
lair.
it.
Yeah, we'll just sleep on the archery targets. That's fine.
Well, there was a central room that was set up into like a lounge area, and so there's couches and stuff in there, and some nice carpets.
Better than the storage
stuff,
it used to be, but
yeah, it used to just be like storage room, but yeah, so that's where you are all right now, getting ready to kind of turn in for the night, but perhaps to talk a little bit about what you all might want to do on the following day. So I will leave you with that. With that setup, and go ahead and I leave it to you. I put the ball in your court.
well, I plan on watching over the meeting in case the professor needs any help. If there's going to be an attack, I'd love to stop it ahead of time, but
I mean, I think that's a good idea that you stick close to your professor. If you stick close to the professor, I can maybe wander around and see if maybe I can spot a threat before it attacks.
yeah, maybe I could be invisible close by, or I could also I've been practicing, and I'm able to make it's draining, but I could make one of you invisible.
Now there's a thought.
Probably a matter of when, not a matter of if. I think just the track record. We should probably, I don't know if anyone feels good about this idea. Has anyone been to this place where the meeting is taking place so we could see what it looks like or anything?
Would I know where it is from living here?
You kind of know the area. You go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw. I often use intelligence saving throws to represent memory and remembering a thing. Like your history check would tell you about the location and what you know about it, but remembering exactly maybe the layout would be an intelligence saving throw. And in your case, no.
Starting off strong here, guys.
You don't remember the exact spot. In fact, maybe this restaurant wasn't there. Maybe it's a new restaurant, and that's why it's a popular place.
The city's really been booming in the 4 months I've been gone.
It's been a year.
Has it?
Almost a year. Almost. It's been a minute. Yeah.
Ugh.
Does it usually grow this quickly? And yes, I get it's I get the industrial vibe, but does it usually grow this quickly, year to year?
I mean, it is a city, and restaurants come and go.
That is so true. That is so true.
One thing you'll have to learn living in Chicago, John.
Anything's better than the Amtrak trip I took to get here, where we almost definitely derailed twice. But that's another story for another time. So Panabon will say, all right, well, because I'm probably not going to sleep for a very long time, I could get up early and check out the space, see if any of those weird symbols inside the school or outside the school in the space. If it's the Assassin's Guild or something, it'll probably point to where they want to be at. So it's got a good idea to see what the space looks like. Just be sure.
Yeah, we can head over there now.
I mean, these people probably know what you look like if they're if you guys have been targeted before. I can go look around. That way you guys can stay safe. And then I can come back and report. They don't really know who I am.
No, you'll join the club soon enough. You've been traveling with us through several cities, so it's possible that the eyes know now. We've also
Wait until you get to your first open air graveyard where they start popping out of the ground.
You'll also yeah, I mean, if we're sneaky, Panabon can be unseen pretty well, and I can use magic to be unseen.
All right. I just want you to be safe.
Appreciate it. I want all of us to be safe, so the more information we can get tonight, I think, is better for us tomorrow.
All right.
Okay. With that, as you prepare to head out to kind of take a look at the area around, just because, as everyone noticed, Alex and Joey are not here. And so Perunia and Rogelio have discussed also with Shaelune that while all this is going on, maybe they will keep tabs on Shaelune's parents and make sure there's not some other like thing going on with them, to which they all agree to do.
I'm going to lean over to, I guess not lean over to, I'm going to discreetly go to Perunia and be like, make sure they're really her parents and not Arturus in disguise. I don't know if Arturus can do that, but like just to make sure it's not like, make sure they're I don't know how you do it. Also, look out for symbols, but mostly make sure like they're not just like evil carbon copies created by Arturus. I don't know. I don't know if he can make like evil twins of people, but just like, yeah, just be on your guard. And we'll see you later. Totally alive still.
Absolutely. Okay. So with that, you head out. And what I will do is I'll just do a quick sharing of the map. There is a black box that will denote where the restaurant is.
It's a pop-up kitchen is what it is. No, I'm still at the Western Gate. I hate it. Get me away from the Western Gate. No mas.
There should be no boop. There, you should be able to see everything on the map now.
Ooh. What a bustling town.
Where was I when I was on the roof talking to the guys? Where was I on this map if I was on this map?
You were on this map, and so you kind of climbed up on you kind of climbed up from here and made your way over in through this area.
Okay.
And so you know, Drew, that there's going to be a couple of people perched up top in a couple of spots, but there's also going to be folks on the ground, and so.
And refresh my memory because I can't. It's been a while. Do I know where they are going to be on the streets or no?
No, you don't know the exact position that the ground folks are going to be, but you can kind of get a sense. So what I would have everybody do as you're looking around is go ahead and give me, let's call it your choice of investigation or survival. Everyone's choice of investigation or survival.
I'm going to investigate because I get a +3 in that. And survival is a +1. I'm not super vested.
+7 versus +1. I'm.
Oh, that didn't go well at all.
Okay. So Panabon, you understand that the skilled craftsmen of chicanery and stealth and shenanigans and skullduggery can find a hiding spot anywhere. And as you're looking around, you're seeing how like they could literally be hiding under the table if they're good enough. They could be hiding in the barrels of fish nearby. They could just be pacing back and forth between two doorways. I mean, really, when you're that good at stuff, the world's your oyster. And just anywhere, really, anywhere. You got it. That's why you got to keep your eyes open.
Do I at least see symbols littered about, or does my 6 out of 20?
No, you don't. You're not seeing anything. You're too busy pointing out to everyone else, anyone that'll listen, of the folks that are here, why that market stall over there would be a perfect place to set up and stage for a lookout, or why that building over there has windows that are perfect for a quick escape after conducting some murder on the move, if you will.
I'm going to climb. I'm going to climb later. Not now, not yet, but I'm going to climb.
That said, Shaelune, as you are kind of making your way slowly through the restaurant area, you're definitely seeing kind of some places where you expect that some folks might be posted up. And so what I'll do is I'll quickly put a few little like circles in those places.
So noticing these places, I'm also going to scan for faces to try to remember like who, if anyone, is here now versus who might be tomorrow.
Okay, I mean, you're here like in the late evening, so there's not really a lot of people here.
But if anyone's here, I'm going to remember their stupid faces.
Okay, sure. Let's and some of this is not just like, this is also like you walking around, and so just kind of keeping an eye on like, so there, you feel like someone could just be at the restaurant keeping an eye on things. You notice that there's a little smithy over here on the east side where someone could kind of be hiding amongst the things, everything in there. It's kind of closed off, but also open and allowing like a complete travel through there. There's this little alley right here between these two buildings where someone could be posted up and quickly make their way back and forth. And then this area over here, this has a sort of a wider, let me see here. There. Once upon a time, I was able to change the colors of my dice, and the colors of my shapes would match that, but they changed the way they did that. And now
Oh, fancy. That sounds so fancy.
Now my boxes are all black. Maybe this will do it. Maybe not. Okay. So, yeah, but that's kind of what you notice and what you're thinking. So, circles back down. And so those are kind of your thoughts. I guess I don't need this anymore. Dru, with you, you're looking at everything kind of from more of an upper angle. There's a tower to the southwest, and a tower not as tall, but also a tower to kind of the northwest. Both of those are good places that will give you an angle on what's going on. The distance is pretty far, but with a firearm or even a longbow, That is definitely doable from this one tower.
Okay.
The other tower is much closer. So this you figure that one's about 100, a little over 100 feet. The other tower gives them about 80 feet. That's like short bow range. So both of those are places where you could attack from above. Um, you also know that this area here, where I am going to, this is where they're kind of staged up in
Okay.
this area between these buildings here, so they could kind of move back and forth. So,
On the street, do I do I recognize anybody? Do I see my special friend anywhere?
are as you're trying to keep tabs on things and also not be seen yourself, it depends on how much effort you want to put into finding that and figuring that out.
Okay. I'm more concerned with Shaelune and Panabon not being seen. I don't necessarily mind if if someone sees me. Because then at least he'll if he sees me, he will make contact with me in some way. So I'm not necessarily concerned about him seeing me. But yes, I would like to look around to see if I recognize anybody or if I see him lurking somewhere.
The main thing is that I'm imagining that Shaelune and Panabon are not standing in the middle of the street going, I think that would be a good place for them to post up an ambush, and I think they do the murder from over there.
I mean, I can't be. I'm invisible.
That. You say that, but I'm here to ruin good times. So no one's having a nice dinner in this restaurant tonight. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, so unless that's really what's going on, them kind of moving through and like looking around as they move through, given the amount of other people, they don't you don't think that people will pay much notice to them.
Okay.
Especially if it's just one of the guys that you had met earlier. You weren't super impressed.
No, not at all.
Out of character, is that the one you murdered?
No, that was one of the other two that were on the roof that I was talking to. If it was just those two that were doing this, I would not worry at all whatsoever. The professor would be fine because they would miss and it would be hilarious. The one that I murdered was the one that was rude to me outside of the car.
Shay is scribbling in her spell book, just like I'm about to be, as I prepare all kinds of defensive spells and ideas of how to handle this.
I'm going to start listening for the sounds of a local tavern that is not a nice diner, but might be a place where I can find denizens of ill repute and intrigue, as such as they may have in Desiren. I want to find a pub.
Okay. So you're going to look for a pub nearby, and Shaelune has taken some notes as she's walking through, or
yeah, as I'm moving, I'm invisible, so
yeah, well, people, they definitely won't notice you.
No,
that's okay. I get noticed for the both of us.
I am also going to, as I move around, I'm going to detect magic, see if there's anything set up that I don't like.
You cannot detect magic and be invisible.
Oh, never mind.
the many things that you cannot do both of.
That's fine.
Is that like the genie? Is that like the genie portion of Magic of D&D? Can't make anyone fall in love with anyone else. The 3 rules or something like that.
What?
Disney's Aladdin. The genie was like, there are 3 things that I cannot do. So is that one of the 3 things that Magic users can't do in D&D? They just can't do the 2 things at once.
Yeah. Yeah, D&D you can't. The things you cannot do. You can't have 2 concentration spells up at the same time. All right. In this section of town, this is a little bit nicer of a section of town than some of the other locations, and so you are able to find a local tavern. Upon stepping in, it's very well lit inside. There are plenty of folks, just kind of there's several people at the bar. There's plenty of folks at tables, talking, drinking. It is the weekend. In our world, weeks are 10 days, and so people work more days in a row than they do in our world, and so they tend to really take to their weekends. And so there's a lot going on. It's crowded, it's boisterous. Most things look on the up and up.
So I'm here to have a drink and listen. I'm specifically listening for talk of the undead moseying in or looking for symbols, but I'm not here to make myself known unless necessary. So I don't have to be there all night, but I want to hear from the people and what their concerns are as they become liberated with the drink of the nation. Slightly liberated with the drink of the nation. Just like.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are in the Iron Well is the name of this pub. And
well, I guess I'll have another drink. I'm sure the bartender never hears that.
Yes. So the bar is actually in the center of the pub. It's a circular pub, and that's what they call the Iron Well for this particular pub. Just a little like marketing gimmick for them. And yeah, as you stay in there, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Can it not be investigation? That'll be perception. Fine. Slightly better.
Yeah, it's people are having a good time. You don't hear they're having a good enough time that you don't think that people are having concerns about undead threats. People don't seem too worried. They just seem more about enjoying themselves.
Interesting. So I would think, because now we've experienced undead threats coming in from one gate and we're heading toward more, you'd think it would at least be a topic of conversation. So that's interesting. But yeah, if I don't notice any symbols and if no one seems alarmed about undead things, which is the absence of the alarm is interesting, I'm just going to have a couple of drinks and eventually I will make my way to a rooftop just for fun and giggles, but I do not want to keep the story from progressing too much. I'm just doing Panabon things at night.
All right. Yeah, is there anything? So we've got Shaelune taking some notes. Got Panabon just kind of keeping eyes and ears open.
This is still tonight?
We still are. Unless is there something else you want to do? I just want to check in with Elizabeth to see if there's anything else Dru was doing in particular.
Murder? Is it murder? Are you doing murder without me?
I am not doing murder without Panabon, I promise. The
That's right.
tables outside of what I guess is the restaurant, are they still open? Would I be able to just like sit at the table and people watch and like sip on some coffee or something?
Yeah, someone would probably come and ask to take your order or something like that. But yeah, you could absolutely do that.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. And she's sitting at one of the tables outside, just kind of people watching. If somebody comes to take her order, she'll just order like a cup of coffee and she'll sit there and just kind of keep a lookout.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah. So,
This is really good coffee.
yeah. It's most things right now seem fairly normal. It is the middle of the weekend, and you don't see anything that's concerning that you don't expect to see.
Okay.
You do notice one of the people that you had seen earlier just kind of moving through the crowd, but they don't seem to be doing like anything really extra furtive. They're just kind of in the area, um, almost as if it's like a calm before the storm thing where the the job is tomorrow. There's no reason to expect that anything weird is going on for them to be, uptight about it in the evening prior. And so so it's just someone going about their business, really.
Okay.
Sarah, was there anything that you wanted to say?
Um, I still have lots of first level spells and third level spells to use for the day. So I'd like to, from the shadows, drop my invisibility and cast Disguise Self, which is not concentration. And
So you could stay invisible if you wanted.
I could, but no. Because I'm going to do kind of a lap around the block with Detect Magic. And then on my second lap around the block, I'm going to change appearance again and then do Detect Thoughts.
Okay. So your detect magic as you go around. Let me double check that spell. Boop. As you're moving through the crowd, you do notice a couple of times here and there that you detect the aura of magic. Mostly, you're scanning abjurations. So maybe someone has some protective magic up, and a little bit of transmutation or illusion. More illusion than transmutation, I would think. If you were in a nightlife district of a city and magic was a thing, you would expect abjurations and illusions on people going about their nightlife business. So that's mostly what you're getting.
Can I pinpoint locations?
Yeah, you can definitely see like, oh, this guy over here who's having dinner has an abjuration spell of some sort on him, and if you were to like really take some time and a good Arcana check, you might be able to figure out exactly what the spell was.
I'm more interested in like location and stuff so that I can check for consistency tomorrow.
Well, yeah, but these so you're seeing the magic, but it's on people. So there's not like anything magic in terms of like
an area effect,
an area that has a magical effect on it. Not from where you're walking around on the streets to see. And then the other thing was, what was the other thing I was looking up? You wanted to do detect magic and what else?
Detect thoughts.
Detect thought, that's right.
Everybody's thoughts is just the chorus to everybody's working for the weekend.
All right. Duration. Read thoughts of creatures. Focus mind. 30 feet. There are a lot of people. So you figure about the spell lasts a minute each cast, and you can probably scan about 10 people per minute. You can also cast it at higher levels than first, even though you don't get any additional benefit for that.
You said there aren't a ton of people because it's late, right?
It's not a ton of people, but there are people out. Like there's people at the restaurant itself. There are people kind of moving through.
I have a 3rd level spell. I can up it if that gives me anything.
Yeah, you can cast it at that. It doesn't give you anything. It's just another ability to cast it at that level. But my point is more that you probably wouldn't get everybody, so you're gonna probably like pick and choose a few folks. So go ahead and give me roll a d20. No, actually roll a d100. So the 00, you can just right click that, I think, or just roll that in. I think they added a percentile right. Okay. Most of the surface thoughts that you're checking out as you're moving through have to do with just what's going on in the moment. A lot of people, like, if there's like couples, they're thinking about like their conversation or what might be going on later when they get home or after dinner. There's folks who are.
I skipped that.
You are not probing any further. You do not have to make a wisdom saving throw. There's folks that are just kind of moving along on various errands. There's not a lot of folks who are doing anything super interesting, and in the few people that you kind of get a little bit something that you feel like, oh, maybe I want to look a little bit further into that. A couple of people are. Second is your 3 and one person you aren't able to really like penetrate any further into their mind. It was just something kind of interesting that they kind of thought, but nothing that was like super suspicious, but enough for you to go, what was that? But you didn't get anything out of it. The other 3 that seemed interesting, one person was kind of in a hurry to get someplace. They're going to be late for a party, and so that was what triggered like a suspicious kind of behavior of them moving quickly and furtively. Another person apparently is involved in some sort of confidence scheme, but it's with whatever's happening in the moment, and you don't feel like it has anything to do with anything later. And one person is just having a really bad day, and it's really messing them up, and they're like tripping all over themselves, and but it's just they're having a bad day. So nothing too.
The one that made me think, what was that? I know I can't get any deeper, but can I at least get a visual on them so that I can recognize them tomorrow? If
Yeah, you look at them much closer and just kind of commit their facial features to your memory for now. So maybe in a year from now you wouldn't remember their face, but tomorrow you'll remember if you see them.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
But you?
I think I'm done for now.
All right. The night wears on. The crowd starts to fully disperse. It's getting late, and anyone who wants to be fresh with a long rest will need to turn in for the evening.
I would like to tonight do 2 glyph of warding rituals.
Location?
Probably at the room we're staying. So I want to do one that is on one of my beads, and the trigger is going to be a password, and it's explosive runes.
Okay.
And then the other one I would like to do on like anything in the professor's office, like a cloak that she might wear or something like that, that I can make sure she wears tomorrow to her lunch thing. So that if I'm going to give her a password that it doesn't affect her, but if anyone touches the cloak, it'll release hold person on it.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely.
You made me nervous, Danny, at the beginning of the show, okay? Like, I'm like,
remember,
how do I prepare?
Professor Barungan is also a wizard of probably at least equivalent level as you, so...
Fair, but like, a cloak was worn on her back, and she can't always see what's behind her. And
True
so...
enough. True enough. All right. So
I also
with that...
think it's kind of funny that a student is kind of mothering their teacher.
On my way back from the pub, I'm going to take a different route than Shaelune and Dru, and I'm just going to whistle the universal leaving whistle, just solely to let people know I'm there if they need to know I'm there, and if they wish to contact me, that's great. Any information I can gain be helpful, but you know, I may not be a member of the guild, but I'm not a dick, so like if I'm in a town, I should announce myself.
Understood. All right. So with that, everyone has the password so they can move freely through past the one glyph for when that's set up. And yeah, as I said, everyone who is resting is turning in for the evening. And what we'll do right now is we'll take a 10-minute break. And when we get back, we'll see how all of this ends up going down.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that button has been hit. All right, so everybody awakens the following morning.
I awaken first, and just to give us good vibes and healing, I will proceed to do the exercises that I remember Aegis doing, in a misguided attempt to try to bring the favor of Nibuwe upon us, which I'm still slightly convinced the exercise is part. So you all wake up to Panabon going like, "Arr! Arr! Arr!" Hoping that was the noise that Aegis made.
I somehow feel like that was not the noises that Aegis made, but
Well, he was silenced, so I had to interpret it. It's interpretive, okay? Know.
But I do love it.
I don't have a gnome god. I have to go with what I'm working with here. I've got a dragon god that hates me or Deepaway that I don't understand.
All right. Well, yeah. So everybody kind of prepares for the day.
Really wish some robot person had learned a bunch of conjuring spells, but here we are.
I mean, they have conjuring spells. They're just gonna cast them at your parents' house if they have to.
But they could have told me from the library of all of the conjuring spells I could have learned.
Yeah, conjuring. That's a thing. Okay, so as you head into the location, where do you want to post up?
I want to be in the street, so I can make my rounds, to do my detect thoughts and my detect magic again.
Okay. During the daytime. All right, 1 second here.
Once we're close enough, I don't want to do it first thing in the morning and
Right. All right, so let's just throw. We're just gonna throw a bunch of tokens out of just people.
People, those are
having their day.
All they are, just people. It's fine.
Yep. Don't mind anyone that has a weapon in their hand. They might have a weapon, but it is not in hand.
I don't like it. I don't like that they're twinning either. It makes me suspicious.
You don't like what?
That they're twinning.
Oh, yeah, that there's all a bunch of them just kind of looking all the same as each other. That's what happens when you're in a big city, is the names and faces of people as they just are wandering through and wandering by.
Are
you trying to say that all halflings look the same to you, Danny?
I'm just saying all people.
At some point, do people also sing songs about eggs and bread and living in a poor provincial town by any chance? Does
there might be some of that.
Choreographed singing and dancing in Desiren?
There might be some of that.
There's at least one yellow gnome that is.
It's the jewel eyebrows. So, hey, Danny, the big green building, is that accessible to go inside?
Which big green building? The biggest building with the tower?
I couldn't tell if it was a tower or not, but I will say yes, with the tower.
I'm gonna circle this building. Is this the building you're talking about?
That is the building I am talking about.
All right. That building is definitely accessible.
Great.
It has several shops inside. It's like a little mini mall.
Oh, how fun! Well, first I'm going to shop, and then I'm going to drop to the top.
Okay. Ahmad Barungan said that lunch was going to be at 11:30. So how much earlier than 11:30 did you want to get there?
Because people don't seem to like it when I disappear after I've done Nipo-Way and yoga, I guess, for lack of better terminology, I will make sure that I have let people know that I will be on a rooftop somewhere, not telling them where so they don't dart their eyes toward me. And so my goal and hope is to get there by, I'll say 9.
Excellent. What time does Shaelune want to get there around?
The lunch meeting is when?
11:30.
Get there at 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my first disguise self.
Okay. And what about Dru?
Drew will get there 11:30. Should probably get there. About 10:30-ish.
Okay. 9, 10, 10:30. So at 9 is when you want to be on top of the building at where you want to be, or is 9 when you get to the building and do some shopping?
9 is when I do some shopping.
Okay. Sounds great. All right. At about 10, when Shaelune gets there, are you going to be making rounds, or are you parking someplace, or? For Shaelune.
Oh, for me. I thought you were asking Panabon.
I was like, I don't think I can do rounds. I am tall.
I'm making my rounds with my detect magic first.
Okay.
Oh, at 10?
Yes.
No, at 10 I'm just gonna be quote unquote shopping while keeping an eye on things. I don't want to do it until like 11.
Okay, so then at 11 you're gonna walk around looking for detect magic.
Yeah.
Okay. What time are you wanting to post up on the building, Panabon?
I would like to be there and find hopefully an available shadow to step into at the latest by 10.
Okay. Dru, when you get there at 10:30, where are you going?
I am going to. Shaelune is gonna walk around the block. Since I'm trying to think of how I can word this without actually saying, without giving anything away. Since I have particular skills and particular training, I would like to be where I think I would post up for this. Because since my special friend and I trained together, we think quite a bit alike. So I think if I go where I would be for this, there's a chance that he might be there too.
Understood.
Does that make sense?
Got it. Okay.
You were trained together as assassins.
As singers. And in a band.
You know, I've seen Repo's genetic opera. You can be a singer and an assassin, okay? You can be, in fact, an assassin murder monster.
I play the lute. My special friend plays the drums. We were in a band. It's fine.
Band that murdered people, like Josie and the Pussycats.
All right. So I know where everybody's gonna be. At 10, 11 or so, 10:30 to 11, Shaelune, you're kind of moving around under a disguise self spell. That lasts an hour. Detect magic lasts 10 minutes or 1 minute. 1 minute. Detect magic lasts 1 minute, I believe. How many times are you going to cast? Nope, detect magic lasts 10 minutes. So it would cost you 6 spell slots to do detect magic for a full hour. between 10:30 and 11:30 when they get there, or if
Sorry.
you want to start at 11.
I'm starting at 11, and I'm going to do it the 10 minutes because I figure someone's probably going to get in place by then. So I'm just going to keep it for that for now.
All right. You do not notice magic in the first 10 minutes between 11 and 11:30,
Okay.
or 11 and 11:10.
Okay.
About 11:20, you see Ahmad Burungan arrive. She goes to the host and asks to be seated. They show her to a table, and we now see Ahmad Burungan on the map. Yes?
Yes. I need to scroll in and see her because I haven't seen her before. Okay, cool. Also, I want to do a round then of detect thoughts.
Okay.
And that lasts a minute.
Mhm.
So I may need to like cast it a few times, but
All right. You're going to do that after Ahmad Burungan arrives?
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make a wisdom saving throw for somebody. A specific wisdom saving throw for somebody. 3. That doesn't beat your DC.
I like that.
All right. There are some folks that are sitting at the restaurant. You see some folks at a table there. You see, let me go ahead and put another couple folks down. You know, just people. People are here doing their thing, having a day. But one of them, you get like the surface thought of, oh, there she is. And that immediately you're like, oh, we're probing that deeper.
Yep.
And so I'm going to place you now. This is about 11:20 as she's taking a seat. All right. So you're kind of...
I mean, she is having a meeting. It could be the person she's having a meeting with, assuming they're not the ones trying to kill her.
Yeah. The deeper connection is, well, if everyone's in place, I won't have to do anything at all. It'll just happen, and then I can leave.
Target identified.
And that person is that person. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark them in red on your map. So you can know.
Zigzag thugs.
Yeah. Number 24.
For one, appreciate the circular nature of history, but I do not appreciate the callback things from the past.
Yeah. So there's that guy. All right, cool.
Um,
Is there anything you want to do about that, or are you just going to keep that in mind for now?
I'm keeping that in mind and still want to use the rest of my minute to keep walking and see if I hear anyone else.
Absolutely. I would like you to make a perception check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Ooh, I like that. Adv and perception.
That's pretty good. You notice that there are a couple of people chilling out in this back alley that you had noted before.
Yeah.
Do you want to try to detect their thoughts?
Yeah.
Nice.
And did I see the face from last night at all?
No.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and put these people in. Yeah. And I will go ahead and make another set. Oh.
The dogs of war see war coming.
All right.
Adorable tiny dogs of war.
So as you come around here, you notice these two people. And then as you come around, you because you see them there, you decide to focus on their thoughts a little more. And one of them definitely appears to be one of your people. So let me go ahead and make that guy visible. The other one is just chilling in there too, but you don't know if that person is or not. You try to detect their thoughts a little harder, and you can't break in. But mostly they're just kind of are people watching, almost like you are.
I especially love on the map. There's just one person that's just tinier than everybody else. Tiny person, just like chilling there, center of town.
The littler people are littler people.
So I make note of both of their faces. I'm actually gonna have Minya climb up this big circle thingy and keep an eye on them. And say, let me know if they leave the alley. And then I'm gonna cast message twice to tell Drusilla and Panabon the location of these three.
Panabon, whereabouts on this building are you at this point?
Have I seen any weaponry here that would denote like a crow's nest for people doing bad things?
No.
Okay. If I have not seen anything that looks like somebody's going to set up here, I would like to move. I can't tell if this like. So the little squares, are they like parapets or like columns? What are those?
Yeah, those are basically columns in the wall. So they would be like the wall, and then it would be up, and there would be like that kind of little.
Okay. Can I get down to that next roof right there with the cobblestones? That too slim?
Right there where the arrow's pointing?
Yes.
And like kind of hide between?
Hide between and observe.
Okay.
Ready to jump and spring upon them at the terror of the night which I am.
Okay. Dru, are you doing anything to disguise or hide yourself?
No.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of hoping that I will run into someone so that I can try to distract them from doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I'm gonna keep walking around and do another detect thoughts to see if there's anyone else I can pick up.
Okay. After a few moments, down in the area, Shaelune, you recognize the dean from the college. The dean is Dean Fruvel, and he is sitting with Ahmad Burungan, and they are mealing. They're having a meal. They order. Things are happening.
I want to walk by them too, and just make sure, see if she's aware of anything or if he is.
Are you trying to detect thoughts them?
Oh yeah, I'm doing a second one.
Are you trying to focus on them more, or are you just doing surface?
It's a surface as I'm walking by, unless I get something that's like, ooh, do the thing.
Yeah, their surface thoughts mirror their conversation.
Okay.
It looks like she's mostly talking about upping some of the classes that they teach to deal with. Obviously, magical threats are going to be a real thing in the future, and people need to be ready for that, and yada, yada, yada.
The start of defense against the dark arts?
Yes. Except, just defense against just magic.
Deadomancy.
The best defense is a good offense kind of thing. All right, let me get from Dru a perception check. Let me also get one from Panabon.
Oh, this is gonna go well. Famously, my +1 wisdom.
I don't think that's gonna be so great, but let's find out.
Such is life.
All right, Dru.
Yes.
You are actually in the shopping mall center building because you know that someone's got to go up. And you don't see who it is, but you do notice that someone does shoot up into the stairs like a little furtively and starts to head up the stairs. What do you want to do?
I would like to follow.
You follow openly, or are you going to sneak up after?
What is my what is that little thing? I'm gonna try to do it quietly, I think. So I don't
Okay.
spook them.
Give me that stealth check.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm not very quiet, but that's okay.
You're not the quietest of the quiet. That is correct. Do you want to re-roll and see if you can get a higher result?
Do I have any rerolls?
You do. You have 4.
Yes, I would like to reroll that then.
This is courtesy of Riapel, aka Thomas, or Thomas,
Thank you,
aka
Thomas.
Riapel.
AKA
That wasn't any better, but you make your way up there. All right. The person who's moving up, you make another perception check.
All right. Really? Those stairs, man. I'm winded now.
You don't lose them, but they don't seem to stop or take note of you
Okay.
like someone falling. So they just kind of move up to the top.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going.
they exit out onto this little tower area, probably to get their best view. And you get to the top. There's a door. It is closed.
I will open it if it's unlocked.
Absolutely. Okay. You push the door open, and as you step out, you do notice somebody with their back to you standing, and I'm going to place you now. So you're not on top, you're inside. But you notice that there's somebody standing, kind of keeping an eye on the ground. It's getting near to about 12 at this point.
Okay.
Their back is to you.
Okay. I would like to. I want to save that for somebody else. I don't want to do that. Oh, this is a really, really bad idea, but I would like to try to sneak up behind them and stab them with my rapier.
Because you're an assassin.
Okay.
Do I need to make another stealth check?
No.
Okay.
I do want you to make an insight check.
Oh.
So you you want to keep that?
No.
You could try to re-roll it.
I would like to reroll that, please.
You also have a nat 20. That nat 20 is for me. This re-roll, courtesy of Christopher. It's just not meant to be.
The dice are trying to tell a story.
The
Have
dice,
did I notice anyone coming onto the roof?
you did not with your 13 perception check.
Oh man, that's good.
Even Dru got a 13 on her stealth as she got to the top, and that door is not actually in your view. So that's okay. You're going to see things in a moment.
Great. I love it. Thank you. I
You
love seeing things.
are moving up to this person
Mm-hmm.
and about to make the stab. Now, one of the things that separated you from your frenemy back in the day
Mm-hmm.
is that he was better at sneaking around. You just happen to be able to tap into some magical abilities and the like with your varying skills, and that's what kind of puts you on par with him. So you're not entirely surprised when, just as you're about to get to the guy, you hear the door behind you click closed because someone else has stepped through it.
I'm so stressed out.
All
Should have
right.
stayed on the ground floor.
So, as he does so, Panabon,
Hi.
you hear a voice kind of coming from up above. Give me a intelligence saving throw.
Swear to God, if it's Arcturus, I'm quitting right now. If it's Arcturus, I'm quitting right now. Where's my intelligence? There it is. I hope
I don't know that where Panabon is, right? I don't know.
No, you don't know. You don't know anything about Panabon.
Okay.
All right. As the door closes, you hear behind you the sound of your longtime rival, as he says, "Well, this is unfortunate."
I am gonna stand because I imagine I was starting to like bend over to kind of stab the guy. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
stand and turn, and just kind of smile like I belong there. And why is it unfortunate? I saw that a job was being done, and I was curious.
I already told you to stay away, but yet you're here mucking around in my business, and it seems you haven't even completed the job that you were sent to do. So I don't understand what makes you think you're going to be able to help me in mine. Panabon,
that's me.
you hear this. You hear these words. And something about that voice stirs something in you as he continues. And
Like,
so
when you say stir, like, I don't just recognize the voice, like I've been in jail with this dude, or
you recognize the voice, and it actually stirs something within you. You're kind of like, who is that? As he says to Dru, So we're going to take care of this really quickly. And then I'm going to take care of you. You've been a thorn in my side for quite long enough. And as he says that, Panabon, you have this memory of sitting in your little jewelry shop. The door opening, the sound of the bell announcing perhaps a customer, and a man walking in up to the counter where you're at and leaning forward and saying, "Well, this seems quite boring. Is this really all you do here?" This is that same voice. This is the voice of the man who, in your mind at this point, tricked you into joining their little heist group that ended up with you in jail, changing your life completely.
Cool beans. Hey, do I have any D20s? I can't figure out where in Fantasy Grounds it tells me if I have any thingies.
You have many. You will, if you have 5 nat 20s to use if you want them.
Great. Hey, so you know how I have a D20 and I have a dagger holder that shoots daggers from it stealthily?
I do.
I'm
The dagger doesn't shoot them stealthily. That makes a little bit of a noise. So once you fire a dagger, it will announce your location, but you're a rogue. That's not really a deal breaker for you.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm going to use one of those D20s and I'm going to fire a dagger. And because I know I'm announcing myself, I would like to just like hit him dead center of the forehead.
So you're attacking this guy you can see?
I'm attacking the voice that I know.
The voice you cannot see. You do not see that. You only have eyes on the one person who has honestly stepped out of hiding. Now that Dru is kind of caught between them.
Then I am going to use a D. I'm not going to. I don't know if I want to use a D20. I'm going to use a D20 because we're going to have a part time. I'm going to use a D20 on the person I can see, and I'm going to stab them through the ankle
From a distance?
Yeah, with the.
So you're shooting at them with the dagger. You're going to sneak attack them with a nat 20. Got it. Understood. I understand the things you are doing right now. So what I need from you then is for you to go ahead and hit your sneak attack ability on your character sheet.
Sneak attack effects.
All right, your sneak attack has been set. Your sneak attack currently is 4d6. So the next thing I would like you to do is make just a straight up damage roll. Now, we're not doing a crit because we all just know that we're going to add a full dice count to whatever you roll.
Full beats.
So that means in addition to whatever you roll here, we're going to just go ahead and add 24 plus 4.
I don't do the +7, I do the 1d4 +4 next to it.
Yes, right? Yes.
There we go.
And we add 28 to that. That is going to be 50 points of damage outright.
If they had an ankle, they no longer have an ankle.
As they cry out and hit the ground, go ahead. Everybody who is up here, so not Shaelune right now, give me initiative rolls.
How about Minya? Minya over.
Minya is looking down.
Okay.
They are up.
The dice hate me tonight.
The dice appear to be unkind. All right. Panabon, I would like you to make a stealth check because I imagine you are ducking back down after making your shot, or are you going to stand there secure in murder?
I'm gonna duck back down because I heard that voice. I don't know if that
Give
voice
me
saw me.
a stealth check as you use your cunning action to try to Excellent. You duck down and creep between here to here so that he does not know where you're at. He is going to have to make a successful perception check to see you. And, well, there's no way he can make that. As he cries out in pain and looks down. And Matthias says to you, oh, you have friends. And then?
I don't even turn around to look and see who it is. I just kind of figure it's Panabon.
All right.
That's so sweet.
So what happens now is this guy who was all set to do sneak attacks on something else has to deal now with this thing. So
I'm just pointing out that while you guys are up there with 2v2, I'm down there with 1v3, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't you have a giant chromatic shiny orb you can disable people to death?
Do you think it's only 3?
Well, shit.
All right. So there is a general sense of fogginess that starts to grow here, obscuring vision in this area. Actually, no, we'll move it down here. Obscuring vision in that area. Give me, Panabon, a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, I don't like that. I've already got disadvantage in perception. You can't get more disadvantage. Oh, that's not good at all.
All right. Give me perception check, Dru. Straight up.
Mine. Okay.
You can make an attack of opportunity if you like, but at disadvantage on this guy as he is going to dart away from you.
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a downside.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I have my rapier out, so I'm just gonna stab at him.
Yeah, you're ready to stab him in the back anyway. So.
Really, 2 3s?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I tried.
He darts a little bit of ways, and then folks lose sight of him. But it appears that he doesn't necessarily know where Panabon is. Okay. Next up is Panabon. What would you like to do?
Hi. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I Misty Stepped, could I theoretically Misty Step to be behind the voice? Or can I not see them enough? I guess I need to be able to see where I'm Misty Stepping to?
If you are to Misty Step, one moment. What is providing the Misty Step?
I thought I was able to Misty Step. I've done it before. Maybe I dreamed I could Misty Step.
I maybe you dreamed that you could Misty Step. There comes a time that you can Misty Step. I know that.
I thought I could do it. I thought I did it once, but I guess not.
You can swap positions with your veil. So you can send your veil somewhere and then swap positions with it.
Yes. Well, I am cozy right here, but I would love to be able to do that. So there is an edge to this. I could clearly see where there is fog and where there's no fog. I'm going to split my veil and I'm going to send Pakrin just delicately darting toward the voice.
Is Pakrin going to do this furtively?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So skirting around, Pakrin is ducked down, and now you can't see through Pakrin's eyes necessarily, but you will be able to do a swap between Pakrin when the time comes when you want to. What else are you doing? Staying put?
I don't think I have anything else that will be of use here.
You can make... No, you can't. Never mind.
Yeah, because I don't have... Now's not the time to use Explosive, at least that I know. I have started, though. I have started my way to a place which I wish to be, and I feel good where I am.
Okay.
Right.
You're setting up. You're setting up.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
All right. Next up, then, Matthias probably should have not announced himself. He probably should have just did a murder on you. Because if he just did a murder on you, I feel like he probably just would have killed you. But that's not how bad guys work. So he is going to move up towards you and attempt to make an attack. He goes, well, I suppose we'll have to deal with this now.
I noticed, though, Danny, you decided against the slow clap.
Yeah, he didn't slow clap. He closed the door, click, behind him. That was his slow clap.
Somewhere down below sparkle darts.
Oh, no! He's not as good as he thinks, as he misses with his first attack, but he has a second blade in his other hand, which he goes to attack you with. That's a 1.
It's a 1.
As you dart back and slap the blades aside, and it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I am going to stare at him, and I'm going to say his name, and I'm going to cast Psychic Glance at him.
Yes. All right. So you are going to cast Psychic Lance at him. Go ahead and click that again, because it's going to actually make the roll. That is a success. So he will still take half. Well, that's a success from him. He succeeds on the save. He will still take damage. Will still take damage.
Okay. That's still quite a bit of damage, I guess.
That still does 12 points of damage to him as he goes, ah! Unfortunately, he will not be incapacitated by that. Would you like to do, that was your action. Do you have anything you want to do with anything else?
Would I be able to use my Psychic Blades to add a little bit of extra damage to that, or no? Because that is a bonus action.
Psychic Blades. That does. Let's double check exactly what. Not necessarily exactly, but no. When you hit them with the weapon attack.
That's right. Okay. It's in. No, because if I move, he's going to get an attack of opportunity. So no, I think I'm done.
Okay. He staggers back at that. And then he says, you hear him kind of whisper under his breath, we are busy. Take them out. I would like Shaelune to roll initiative.
I don't want to.
Not bad for Shaelune.
It's the anxiety. It gives me a bonus.
Okay, let's get from Panabon your stealth roll again.
All right. Come on, stealth. This is one of my favorite things. We love to see it.
Ooh, a 20 again. All right. Keep in mind that because you did have a nat 20, you have a inspiration that's just free. Every time you roll a nat 20, if you don't already have a free one available, which you do because the last time you rolled a nat 20. Got my eye on you. Yeah, you would get that. So just keep that in mind. That's one that you kind of want to spend because the next time you roll a nat 20, it'll refresh.
Okay.
With that, is this guy able at all to find you? There's no way for him to find you with that. Go ahead and give me a perception check with disadvantage.
That would have been
All right.
17.
So this guy, he's hurt, but you don't hear him. He doesn't hear you. That's what's going on. It is your turn, Panabon.
So I can switch with Pockern, right? I kind of have to because they're probably at the limit of the veil anyways, I'm guessing.
Yeah, if you would like to swap, you can.
I'm gonna swap.
Okay. Swapping has occurred. That is your action.
My hand.
You can move if you like. You are still being sneaky.
True. Because this is pretty open, so the second I step in, Matthias is going to see me. Oh. I can't just like shoot Matthias from here, can I? Because that was my action, so I don't think I can actually.
Yeah, you cannot shoot him right now. Your action has been used.
But
actually, no, that's bonus. That's bonus action. You can, but you've got to move. There's a square. Yeah. There's like where he came up. That's there. So you either have to move around the other side or move through the fog towards him.
Oh, okay. So I have to move through the fog, so I couldn't just like stand behind him.
Right now, this square is a thing that's in the way.
Oh, I'd have to go back in the fog. I hate that. I'm going to try to move around the square. That's what I'm going to do.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get to there. You don't have vision on him yet, but hopefully he doesn't.
That means he doesn't have vision on me.
That is correct. And as far as like this guy knows, you're like still chilling out in the thing. All right, exactly. So that is you. Shaelune, you hear Minya telling you that 2 people in this alley are moving out. What would you like to do? Also, I'll give you right now a free 30-foot move.
Oh.
Just to represent like you had been moving around.
Okay. And I when I had been listening earlier to the professor and the dean's thoughts, I didn't pick up any other nearby.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I want to keep my eyes on everything, so I'm going to move to there.
All right, so that is where you're at when your turn starts. So now,
Okay, so
what
now
do you want to do with your turn?
I'm going to action cast message to Panabon and say at least 2 down here are moving or on the move.
Panabon, you do not get that message.
And if I did, I would probably do nothing about it at this moment.
You could say something back, but you are out of range.
Then what I will do, I don't have a bonus action there. So I will use my movement. I want to be able to see, and that's kind of the best. What's this like over here?
That's some sort of store, like a building, and that's an awning that's over the doorway to go in.
All right. So I think what I'd like to do then is move back to there so that I have my back facing inward somewhere, and I can keep an eye on everything, so that on my next turn I can see what I want to do.
Okay, sounds great. Meanwhile, up here, Matthias is going to attack again with his short sword there. He did not like you hitting him. He is going to miss.
I don't like him walking up behind me the way that he did, so
Yeah, he's going
we're
to
both
miss.
just unhappy.
I don't have a lot of copper and silver, but I do have some gold that I might need to use here.
And
Nobody
Danny,
on this roof is happy. To be heard of Gladys, nobody's happy up on this roof. This is not a happy roof.
I would like
this is
Minya
not
to
a
jump a
place.
roof closer.
Do what now?
I would like Minya to jump a rooftop closer.
To who? To you?
Yeah, where that chimney
Okay.
is smoking. Yeah.
Got it. That's easy. All right, so that is going to hit you, Drew. As that sword hits, you feel, besides the stab of the cut of the blade, you feel the burning of poison that he has coated the blade in, as you take an additional 7 on top of.
Damn. Oh, I should mute.
So that's, yes, that hurt.
I'm gonna murder the hell out of this guy.
Yell about that. But that's his 2 attacks. That's what he gets. Meanwhile, down here, give me a perception check for Shaelune. That is probably gonna be good enough. It is exactly good enough for you to see someone very quickly step out from about where you expected and move, not rush, but with a quick pace towards the table. So you see this. They get to about there. They're not actually acting. They're just kind of walking with intent because they don't necessarily know that there's people keeping an eye on things. This person is moving around.
I don't like this.
Drew, what
Yes.
would you like to do on your turn?
Reevaluate my life choices.
Too late for that. Too late for that, sweetie. Too late.
I know.
Speaking of which, join us on Power Rangers Centurion this Wednesday for Isabeth's Jewels to reevaluate her life choices.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at him. That don't work. Oh, I forgot to target him again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got him.
Thank you.
Ooh, that is a failure. So go ahead and roll the damage.
I'm casting this at a 3rd level because I am really not happy.
Okay. So he's going to take the 18 points of damage, and then he immediately has to take his reaction if it's available to move, which triggers, because no one's forcing him to technically, he is moving himself. So go ahead and give me an attack roll.
I'm sorry, do what?
You can make an attack of opportunity.
Oh, good. Is it a disadvantage again?
No, you can see him.
Oh, good. Good. Oh, come on.
Do you want to re-roll that?
I have what, like 3 of them left?
You have 2 left, and you have a nat 20.
Actually, can I use... Oh, since I already rolled, I probably can't use my nat 20.
You can use a nat 20. You can always use a nat 20.
I would like to use the nat 20.
You would like to use the nat 20. Do you also want to put Psychic Blades on that?
I absolutely want to put
That's what I hear. So go ahead and add your Psychic Blades effect.
Okay. Okay.
And then roll the damage, and we're going to add 26 to this damage.
The damage for the rapier, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
13, and then an additional 26 is going to be a total of 39 points of damage you deal.
That feels delightful.
Matthias is, like I said, he was always sneakier. Maybe a little bit better with the blade, though that didn't play out here. But you had magic, and that always puts you ahead of him. As he dashes away and you just stab right into just like under his rib cage, and you can feel that like going through and getting into the soft tissue down there.
As I stab him, she says, "You should know better than to mess with me."
And as he moves past, he looks to the left. There is no cover for you there, Panabon. He does sort of notice you, but he then stumbles down off the side. It's like he's running away. And then you hear Dru say what Dru says.
She does not say it in the accent that you're used to hearing, though.
What accent does he hear it in?
Just a normal, just as I said it. She's only ever used her accent around them. She's never used it whenever she talked. Whenever like she ran into him, she didn't use it then either.
All right. Meanwhile, that happens. You can see these 2 men coming around the corner of this building over here. But what you didn't see is, as you were looking at this first guy that came out, Shaelune, that another person had kind of walked from this other side and has actually reached Ahmad Barungan.
Wait, who came from where?
This guy right here.
Yeah.
So, hold on. You see these 2 guys over here, right?
Yeah.
So as you're seeing these 2 guys come around and your vision was kind of on this guy, you did not notice this guy coming down from up here.
Okay.
And beelining in, and he actually makes it to her. And as he's reaching out to stab, I would like you to trigger your hold person saving throw. Okay. Do you have that available on your character sheet?
Oh god.
You do.
Hold person. Where's my nope? I gotta find nope.
I'm out of range right now.
I think you just have it as hold person, so I will add it as nope. There you go. That is a fail. So as he reaches out to stab, and just as the blade is about to make contact, the magic just lashes out from the cloak that you placed, and he is paralyzed, standing behind her. Go ahead and apply the effect for me, please.
Oh my god.
All right.
That worked great. I was kind of surprised.
And as he is standing there, like still, you notice there's a little surprise from the others as Ahmad Barungan turns and sees that, and she is probably going to cast a spell on her next turn. And the dean is like, "Oh dear," and that's where he's at. Great. Good job, Shaelune.
My heart is pounding, guys.
All right. The fog dissipates. This guy moves up. Go ahead and give me a perception check for Drusilla.
Okay. Oh no. Did it not show up? Okay, let me
It
redo
did
it.
not.
I love that natural 20 you got. You know?
No, actually, it was a little bit better. I rolled a 9 first, but
All right. So you do not know. So this guy gets advantage on his attack against you
rude.
as he reappears now. All right. And that is going to hit.
That is not very nice.
And here goes. For 13 points of damage. That was uncalled for. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that was not very nice at all.
Panabon, it is your turn.
Okay. So where's the door to downstairs? Do I pass?
You
by
are not
the
against it. The
building
door is on the northern side of that little square patch.
Okay. So, and I'm on the west, right?
Yes.
I'm guessing. Yes. All right.
And as you see that guy, as you saw that guy going down, the face is 100%. You recognize him.
Yeah. Part of me wants to go chasing after him, but there'll be time for that. I'm going to move so I'm just at the edge and hoping I can see the stalker, as it were.
You can.
I am going to fire
with advantage.
With advantage. With advantage.
With advantage. That is unfortunate. You have missed unless you want to use one of your nat 20s.
If I use an inspiration, what would the inspiration do?
You cannot because you've already used an inspiration.
Oh. All right. I'm not going to use the nat 20, but if he sees me, that will hopefully help Drew.
All right. That dagger flies overhead. Okay, great. Bonus action, anything? You can't really hide because there's no place for you to go. You can move. What would you like to do?
I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm just going to blink in Drusilla's direction very hard. Not going to say anything, which is maybe worse than me saying anything. I'm just going to blink.
You do know that dagger flying kind of overhead, so you know that Panabon is there. Shaelune, what would you like to do?
Cry. But instead,
Don't cry out loud. Keep it all inside.
Right now, the people that are in the square are like kind of confused, the ones who notice. that the guy tried to stab a woman, but like then didn't, and is just kind of standing there like.
I'd like to move here to kind of intercept this guy. And what I'd like to do is, as I'm still under disguise self, I just step in front of him, turn to look at him. I'm going to cast suggestion and say, "Not today. Go home."
I like that. So let's see how well you do. Go ahead and... Do you have... Yep, there it is.
I do. Here we go. Saving throw. Fail it, fail it, fail it.
He fails the saving throw. He stops and looks at you and is like, yeah, that's probably for the best. Go ahead and hit the little effect button on him. Now, this is a concentration spell, so if you cast another concentration spell, he will lose that suggestion. But maybe he'll go far enough in that time that by the time he loses it and he comes back to check things out, he'll be like,
it's over.
No, that's actually a good idea.
So also with my bonus or free action, I just want to turn around, look at her and say, Mora coming behind you. And it's very clearly Shay's voice.
Excellent. All right. Panabon, make a perception check.
Nope, that's bad.
You were not paying attention as Matthias, who you thought was running away, the magic that triggered that actually fades, and he turns, comes up behind you with his blade.
Of course she does.
A 19 is going to hit Panabon. He slips up and says, well, since she couldn't do the job, I guess I'll do her job for you. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, what, bitch?
We'll start with 22 points of damage on Panabon. And then you make a saving throw. Why are you not... Why are you... Select. There it goes. All right, saving throw. Panabon. You do not make the saving throw as the poison hits you. That's a lot of damage. Panabon, you have taken 38 points of damage.
Yes, I have.
Having turned your back on Matthias.
Yes.
The last time you turned your back on Matthias, it was bad, and you did it
was
again.
Bad. I did.
That was his first attack.
Okay.
He hits you with the second one.
No.
This one does not get the benefit of sneak attack. 5 points of damage. You fail the saving throw. Unless you want to roll a nat 20.
I will do that.
Okay, you succeed on the saving throw. Now, instead of actually doing the damage, I will. You take 7 additional points of damage from the poison. You are now at 50 wound from your total of 55 hit points.
Cool.
You are not down.
Cool.
The Dean says, oh my, this is rather frightening.
The Dean is useless.
He's just an administrator. I imagine that this guy that you suggested to leave, when he turns to leave, you do not attack of opportunity him.
No, I don't want to break the. I just want him to go.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably fine.
He's
right.
not the brain behind this.
He is not the brain behind that. Dru, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna I don't even know anymore. I'm gonna dissonant whispers Mateus again.
All right.
Please fail.
He fails.
By the way, in D&D Episodicals 2, Winston played Matthias, and so now this is headcanon that this is just Winston.
Oh, that makes me feel so much
What is happening to you, Winston? Jeez.
All right. Roll the damage.
I'm gonna do it at 3rd level again.
All right. So before we celebrate, he tilts his head forward and he growls through it, taking 0 damage. As I tally 1 off of his unstoppable trait.
I'm not okay with that. He was supposed to be dead.
Yeah, apparently so was Panabon, though. So let's talk about that.
Maybe we'll see. All right. So what happens next?
Probably exactly what I just did. She just kind of stares at him. And she says, you stay away. You stay away from him. He was mine.
You will not find me so easily slain.
You should leave with your life. If you stay here, we will kill you.
I don't think you can. And with that, we go to Kia Barungan turns, sees everything that's going on down here. Unfortunately, there's people all up in the way of her doing any crazy spells that she might do. So what she instead does is she's going to cast Magic Missile. Just right at this guy that's held, that was trying to assassinate her.
It's cool that my professor's using the spell that I invented.
Yes, she goes sparkle darts like that. And she is going to sparkle dart this guy. So let's see here. Why not? All right. That every one of those slams into him, and he just like gets kind of like knocked back a little bit, but he's still frozen in place. He cannot move. Yeah, and she just sparkle darted him at level 5. Because she's not going to cast Cloud Kill, right? Like, not here. So she's just might as well. Yeah, that means these guys decide, oh shit, it is on. So he is going to fire his crossbow at her as he's closing distance. Trying to get close. Oh, and he's actually going to hit her, I think. No, he doesn't, as she takes her reaction to throw up a shield, and that crossbow bolt skitters off into the side. The crowd at this point is like screaming now because Magic and then somebody pulled out a crossbow because this guy's also moving in, and he's going to fire his crossbow. That 20 also is going to miss. This guy gets up from his seat and he is dashing over. He pulls out his sword or his mace. He's got a mace. And he's going to try to hit her. And he can make 2 melee attacks. And he has a non-incapacitated ally next to her, so he gets advantage. So he actually does smack her once with the mace through the shield. It kind of hits her arm. She kind of brings her arm down. For 6 whole damage. And also with advantage, so 1 more time. But he misses the second attack. That is all of our thug guys, our zigzag thugs. So now this guy is going to, as Matthias says, kill her to this guy. So he's going to try to kill you.
I would prefer it if he didn't.
Well, he's going to try. That's a hit.
Oh, God, he might succeed.
Yeah, he has you marked, that's for sure. That's a hit for, he didn't roll very good though. Still 7. And his second attack is a miss, and his third attack is a hit. That is...
Oh, dear.
10. Oh, you could be doing better. All right. Panabon.
Hi, it's me.
It's you.
I have not said anything to Matthias. I'm just standing there. I'm just looking at Matthias. I'm just blinking at Matthias now, who has essentially decided that I'm going to die, which, that's his prerogative. And I thought about all the things I was going to say to him in this moment, and I just really don't have anything that sounds appropriate. I've just seen what Dru did and the response that he had to what Dru did, where he growled, which makes me think there's more going on. Because of course there is. He might be undead at this point, who knows? So I'm just going to take a nat 20 because I hope to God I still have one, and I'm just going to stab him, right in the gut. I'm not even going to do anything fancy. Right in the gut. Right there,
right.
Full force, blank shot.
You put your dagger into his gut, and you succeed. You absolutely do so. This nat 20 brought to you by Elizabeth.
Oh, that's nice.
And he takes it as he uses his second use of Unstoppable to reduce the damage to 0.
I'm actually going to address Matthias now. I'm going to say, it's a real pity you're going to murder me before Arturus murders you. Because that's what's going to happen. The stronger you get, the more they're going to come for you. So I really, really hope it's worth it, buddy, because what I was going to do to you is nothing compared to what they're going to do to you after you're dead.
Noted. Shaelune, what would you like to do?
Still cry.
Oh, sorry. At the end of that last turn, all the people are running away.
Oh, good. Yes, please get out any casualties. People.
Do any of them have any coconuts that they're hitting together as they run away?
There's definitely no coconuts going on. Oh, these people, they run in different directions. They're on a date, but he doesn't care about her.
I love that. So I would like to use my nat 20 to. I'm a step up here, and then throw my bead that has a trigger on it from my glyph of warding. So that the 20-foot radius ends right on these guys before us.
I understand.
Cool. And what I want to do with that, so the password for Glyph of Warding is password.
I understand.
So as I throw it, and then I'll say it once it hits its mark, and then.
All right. What type of damage is this?
This is, I believe, it comes with.
Your choice of.
Oh, acid,
cold, fire, acid, lightning, thunder, or thunder. All right. 1 moment. Let me see.
Let's do. I don't want to set everything on fire.
I mean, if not now, when? No.
I will do lightning. That's terrifying. That sounds good.
Lightning. Okay, so what I would like you to do, so it goes exactly where you want it to.
Yay!
It explodes right where you want it to. Everybody gets treated to a lightning show.
Woo!
As you go ahead and hit me that saving throw, dexterity. That's a lot of failures.
Yay!
That's a lot of I did not succeed on my saving throw. 1 auto fail. Go ahead and roll me that damage. That is not bad. The paralyzed guy loses his paralysis as he then crumples to the ground.
Oh, yay!
Well, not for him.
He's not.
It's not a good day for him.
The others are definitely not enjoying themselves as they get shocked and they look at you through whatever your guise is. They don't see Shaelune, of course. They see whoever you're disguised as.
Yeah. I tried to do opposites. So like if my nose is normally kind of like bulbous, it's more pointy. So I like what's the opposite of a gnome? My brain just goes halfling, I guess. Because the same size. And then my hair was dyed black, so now it's like shock white and like tanned skin and stuff like that.
I just like because you've been disguising yourself to not look like you because you're weird. I like you disguise yourself to actually look like yourself on accident because you like try to change things the opposite way. That would be funny. That's not what I just that was just a funny.
By the way, thank you so much to DM Jeremy for the raid. And thank you so much for the follow, Canadian Dice, from someone in Canada. And we're also getting from Warp Shadow Zero gifts for everyone. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming to watch me die at the hands of someone that screwed me over once in my previous life.
And also that nat 20 that I just used is from our friend Mama Bird. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that did a lot. That was a lot of hit points you did there. All right. So, meanwhile, this guy.
By the way, Danny, since it was a nat 20, don't I do double the damage?
You do not.
Oh.
The damage does not double on the spell because they did not succeed. They do not take half damage.
Gotcha.
So, all right. Next up is Matthias.
Let's go find him on the map. Whee!
He looks down at you, at the sword, the blade that you have in his gut right now. And he says, if only she had done her job.
It's okay, I was going to screw over too, so like I totally get it. No, it's fine. You think you're the only person that can throw a person into a meat grinder? Losing your touch there, Maddie.
Yeah. So with that, he is going to make his attack roll onto you. That does not hit.
I'm sure.
He gets a second attack.
I'm so stressed out.
You throw your dagger, you pull it out, and you block his attack. And they're just like, he's just hacking down at you. And so you're able to block the first the one and then the other one, and you do not die. The dean says, "Oh my." As
I know this isn't Power Rangers, but can I please give you a story point for that transition twice?
yes. As ZZT number 22 continues to step away. He heard that explosion. He's glad he wasn't there. He's like, wow, that person, that was some good advice that I got from that person. Dru, it is your turn.
Okay. The stalker guy is pissing me off, so I am gonna turn to face him.
Okay.
How do I? Can I? Okay, there we go. And I am gonna look down at him and say, "You are really getting on my nerves," and I'm gonna stab my rapier down at him. And I would also like to do psychic blades on him as well.
All right. And I think there was a gold gift just given, right?
There was.
You
Yep.
wanna do that?
From Warp Shadow.
I would like to use that actually.
All right. So Warp Shadow, this nat 20 comes from you. So go ahead and just tell us how this works, because this is going to kill this guy.
Oh, heck yeah. So yeah, she turns to him and just kind of gives him a really annoyed look and says, "You're really getting on my nerves." And she slams her rapier down just directly into his neck, and it just goes straight through. And then she turns back to face Matthias.
You pull it as his body just falls back onto the cobbles there, onto the slate, and just tumbles down to this.
Some poor like apple vendor just like right under the building trying to sell apples. Just like,
Yeah.
and now there's a body.
Well, luckily that is for the apple vendor. That doesn't happen because that building has like a wall there that stops him, and then there's another building there. He would have fallen onto someone else's house. Probably no one would have discovered him for like days and days and days. It would have been horrible for the restaurant that's like 30 feet away. But yeah, so you managed to undo that guy. Right. He is now dead. And then you turn back and look over at what's going on as Ahmad Barungan. Now that everything down here seems to be cleared out for stuff, she is going to cast the nightmare spell of Everard's Black Tentacles.
I'm sorry. Would you care to repeat the nightmare spell?
I'm about to go back to school.
So she's going to cast Everard's Black Tentacles. That catches success. So a couple of guys are not captured in it. But this one guy, he is definitely captured as the tentacles wrap around his neck and just like squeeze. You see his face like immediately turning purple as the tentacles then just like pull him under and swarm above. The other guys manage to step and dodge out of the way of the tentacles. There's a lot of screaming now. People were running, and then like there was a lot of yelling. Now there's just like screaming, terror screaming. As these guys move in now. Let's check on Evard's Black Tentacles.
Does that have a cool in-world nickname like Sparkle Darts does?
It's not really Evard's Black Tentacles, I will say that. It's
the Hand of Death.
Yeah.
The hand of the handless people again. Oh god, they have hands now.
Yes. Starts their turn there. So actually both of these guys need to oh wait, no, that would have been just now. So that yeah, that's what happens. They are going to try to move through. Oh, on a turn. Enters, starts. Okay, got it. Sweet. So yeah, these guys get up to her and they're going to attack. They have pack tactics. So they get to roll with advantage as they try to beat on your poor professor and bludgeon her to death. That is what they are trying to do.
Considering two of them are dying and she has like light wounds, I'm not too worried.
They're gonna get her. You don't know. She's gonna cast shield. So that is 2 shield spells cast, 1 average black tentacles cast. Yep. So that's 1 time missing. They got to get a 21 to hit. That is also still going to miss. And then the other one's going to make 2 attacks. 20. No. They're trying their best, but oh, there goes. 5 damage. It won't be long before your teacher is dead.
Oh no.
Told you we shouldn't have come to this, Desiren. No one ever listens to me.
Yeah.
To be fair, this attack still would have happened, just might have gone much worse for her.
Oh yeah, the assassinate feature with the poison blades. He just needs to hit.
Oof.
Panabon, it's your turn.
I mean, I'm probably going to die realistically because I've been poisoned. So there's that. So I'm just going to make it real frustrating for Matthias to do whatever the hell he's going to do. Won't let me. Has it been enough time where I could bring my veil over and make Pakran right next to me?
You would make a new one, yes.
And I will make a new one. I can't move the veil over, so.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. You kind of like place another one, and now he's you're trying to confuse him as to which is which.
Yes, and I'm gonna start singing very loudly and awfully, and it won't give traditional psychic damage, but it will make me feel better.
Do you want to stab him?
I mean, I guess I can stab him for all the good it's done, but yeah, sure, I'll stab him. I know,
yeah. Bonus action to call your veil over, but.
Okay, yeah, but there's 2 of me, and then one of me is going to stab him. So that's what's going to happen.
Hello, stabbing?
Didn't do anything. There it goes.
Stabbing? That is not a hit, unfortunately. Unless you want to do anything with your stuff. You only have nat 20s left.
Which I can't use.
But you have 3. You can. You have 3.
Oh. Well, I think I have to announce it before I do.
No,
anything.
You don't.
Oh.
You can announce.
I mean, I'll use the D. Oh, I love this. This is what I'm gonna do. So he has the thing where he doesn't take any damage, but hey, you know what's fun? I'm gonna use a D20 not to strike at his body, but to strike at his clothing, which will literally disrobe him. So any secret things he's hiding, or any embarrassment he'll feel from being declothed on a rooftop.
He's got at least one secret thing he's hiding.
I'm gonna take him down with me in the world of embarrassment, if that makes sense.
I hear what you're saying. As you stab him, you're trying your best to like rent through his clothing so that his clothing is laid bare. That's fine. Because he does use his 3rd slot of unstoppable, gritting his teeth as you cut into him again. When will it end?
That's a great way to lose your teeth, Matty boy. one comes out of each.
Shaelune.
All right.
Annoy him to death if you can't kill him. That's what I always say. Annoy him to death.
This overhang here, is it more seating and stuff like that? The restaurant?
This is yes, there's seating inside. It is a counter that so you'd have to like hop over it.
I'll just go this way then. So I'm gonna head to here.
Easy.
And then maybe a little bit more.
Sure.
Okay, that does it. So again, cutting her out. I am going to.
I feel like you're casting something that's going to hit both of them.
I'm missing Perunia quite a bit, and really, as much of a hard time as I give my friends, I do care a lot about them, and I do learn from them. So I would like to cast Dragon's Breath on myself, and then spit lightning at these two.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a good time. Do you have... There it is. So Dragon's Breath. Yeah, go ahead and click on... Oh, yeah. You, for the next minute, you can spew lightning.
Darn right.
One is going to succeed, one is going to fail. So one's going to take half damage, but let's see what happens. Go ahead and roll the damage there.
Oh, also, I apologize, but I am out of second level slots, so this would be a third level spell.
Oh, well, then I need to add you a third level damage, don't I?
Yes, please.
Lightning. Let me write that in. There you go. I believe that's going to do it. Go ahead and hit the damage button. Oh. Yeah, did that kill both of them?
Just
It
one.
did.
The other's critical.
Oh. I see what happened. It announced things differently. So that guy is definitely dead.
I definitely don't look as cool as Perunia.
Yeah, you're like, bah!
It's actually quite upsetting.
The dean is like, oh my. He's kind of like leaning away from you.
I like that the dean is basically George Takei, but just the one George Takei thing.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
Yes. Oh no. My goodness. All right. Matthias. As he looks Dru in the eyes and says, I don't know why you let them live, but I will kill your pet today. And he is going to stab down at Panabon.
I mean, that's what I have a veil for, though.
So the veil made it not be critical because he dropped his nat 20. That critical probably would have just meant that you died outright.
That's true.
Instead, you will simply fall. As you take damage exceeding your hit points.
This is what happens in a world where there's no gnome god.
He stands up from Panabon's fallen form and stumbles towards you, blade out.
Was that supposed to be on?
That wasn't supposed to be on Panabon, so I will roll that again. That was supposed to be on Dru.
I mean, if he wants to try to stab me, I'm dead. But like, whatever. Knowing Arturus, I'll be alive in a week and like trying to eat brains.
All right. This could be bad. That's bad. However, poison doesn't last forever. And you succeed on your saving throw. So you will not take any damage.
Oh, thank
You would have taken half damage.
Oh, it would not have mattered. I am extremely low on hit points right now.
Nobody likes to heal.
I mean, I don't have any potions. No one gave me any potions.
To be fair though, I didn't realize that he had that unstoppable thing, so he should have been dead like 3 times already.
I had a potion of climbing though.
It's
I guess
true.
if you want to like drink the potion of climbing and climb.
The dean.
Oh my.
Is the dean still there? Is he just
The
like
dean. Well, he is, and
The
he's actually got like he actually takes like his plate from the dinner table. Like he tries to smack this guy next to him with it.
Yay! Go Dean!
Really?
But he misses horribly and just smashes the plate on the ground.
This poor restaurant. No one's ever gonna eat there again.
This guy, he's probably a little curious. Dru.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I know what I should do, but I really, really want to attack him again.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You do not have to leave his threat area to get to Panabon.
What would Dru do?
Do you know necromancy? You could just undead me and I could just start eating a brain. Like
Choices. You can get to Panabon, or you can try to.
I am going to. I'm gonna stab Matthias.
You're gonna stab Matthias.
I am.
You have.
I'm gonna remember that, Jane.
You have from a David Carroll a advantage if you miss, so you get 2
He's
attempts.
one of my best friends from college too. That one means more.
Oh.
So if you miss, David Carroll gives you another roll.
All right.
You do not miss.
I'm gonna use my last psychic blades in my damage.
Okay. As you put the blade, Sarah, can you mute?
Oh, sorry.
As you put the blade into him and the energy reaches between you and him, you get a sense of his rage, of all the times through this mystical ability of yours that you had bested him in various trials, in reaching marks before he was able to, in achieving the rank you achieved before he had achieved his. Because of some gift
Also,
that you
maybe
had. Everything he had done, he had worked for through sheer force of effort and will. His skills that he had trained. Who were you to stand in his way? And here you are again, having obviously taken the gifts you have been given that you never earned and squandering them anyway. And as you feel all of that rage and hatred, you reach out in your mind's eye, grab it in your hand, and just snuff it out. The light goes from his eyes, and he falls back from your blade onto the ground.
I am going to stand over him and look down at his dead body and just say, "You should have known better. You could never beat me." And then walk away from his dead body and head over to Panabon.
I swear to God, if he reanimates, I'm burning everything in this building down!
All right. Yeah, and then down here, Ahmad Varungan is going to.
But by the way, the concentration broke on the other spell.
Yes, that guy does come back, but he sees what's going on. He's gonna leave.
He's like, nope, I'm good.
I'm still taking the suggestion, still taking it.
Yes. As Ahmad Varungan lashes her hand out at this guy and hits him with another bolt. Electricity seems to be the order of the day as he goes flying back into these fish barrels. No one's gonna buy those fish. And she stands and looks around. At this point, what are you doing next, Drew? Actually, from what I need from Panabon is a death saving throw.
Ooh, I've done that before. Once. Like, hey, press the death saving throw. Oh, there it is. Do I just press the little button on the death saving throw underneath it, I guess?
No, you're gonna push the dice. Little dice button. There you go.
Oh!
Whoa!
Not bad. That's a critical success. So you get 2 positive saves on that.
I did not expect that. Thank you, dice.
Yeah. So with that, Drew, what are you doing?
I would like to heal Panabon if I can, and then heal myself.
Can you? You can. You have the spells to do so, I believe.
I do. I just couldn't remember if if they needed to be up first, or if I could heal them.
No, you can cast Cure Wounds on them.
Okay, then that is what I'm gonna do.
All right, Panabon, you open your eyes to see Drew channeling healing magic into your body.
And I'm gonna do it one more time for myself.
As her own wounds also close up.
Did that show up? That did not show up. Okay. What is going on with my dice right now? They keep like ping-ponging across. There we go. Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
don't heal Matthias. Don't heal
What are
Matthias.
you doing?
He is
It was
not being healed.
It was supposed to be me.
The opposite of what you want to do.
He is not. He is not being healed. So yeah, Matthias is dead. Dru is standing there over you. You hear like screams of people in the street still as they're running amok, if you will. Ahmad Burungan looks to you and says, "Well, dear, the authorities will no doubt be arriving momentarily."
As I
Do
look
you-
her dead in the eyes, I'm casting message and go, where the hell are you? And I just say it out loud, like while I'm looking at her.
Yeah, unfortunately, no response to that either.
Then I'll send a thought to Minya to go find them.
Yeah, so Minya will go look for them. As Professor Brungen says to you, well, looking for your friends.
Yes, right, authorities. Yes, we should go.
I'll stay. I'm sure the dean can smooth things over as necessary. But you run along.
As I kind of turn away, still not away from the center of town because I'm not going anywhere until I know where they are. But as I turn away from her, I'm gonna go, if we hadn't been here, I told you this threat is real and we need your help. Just like you needed ours. And I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. Panabon. You open your eyes. Diasley's dead. There's Dru.
I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna look at Dru and I'm gonna go, look, as long as you don't want to murder Shaelune, I don't really care what else you do. Okay? I like that you play an instrument and a good friend. So whatever you're doing, as long as you don't need to murder Shaelune, I don't really care what else you're doing. And thank you for bringing me back from the dead. Again, there's no gnome god here. Like, there's nobody to greet me. Like, when I die, it's just nothing. I hate that. Like, at least let me have, like, fake a tourist stat or something, you know? Anyways, as long as you're not going to murder Shaelune, we'll deal with the rest of it. We'll deal with the rest of it later.
Okay. And I'm only kind of like half listening. And I would like to, if I can, I would like to use my Mantle of Whispers on Matthias.
Okay. You turn to Matthias and you use your Mantle of Whispers.
What's that?
As before you, you see Dru like turn and pull forth like almost like a shade from Matthias, and it envelops her and she becomes Matthias. As she is
I go over to Matthias's body and I just like rifle through the pockets. I'm just like,
I would like any kind of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There is a wealth of information in Matthias's head. There, all the faces of the people that are involved in this job. That's the first thing. The information also includes places that he's traveled to of late. The few times you've used this ability, you have not necessarily been able to delve into the deeper secrets, things that people would not share with anyone. And the same holds true here. But from his travels, you get a sense of where he's been and what perhaps he's been up to. And that may be enough for you to make use of in some way. But you'll need a moment to sit and kind of think through it. Now, you have this for an hour if you like. I don't know if you're going to do anything with it or if you're going to just release it.
I kind of want to keep it for the hour. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I kind of want to keep it for the hour. Was he supposed to did I get any memories? Is he supposed to like meet anybody after this job for anything?
Usually
Or
doesn't work that way. Like it's
right.
assume you do the job, people will hear about the right people will know that you did the job.
Right.
And then eventually another job
Will come up. Okay. Do I know where he's staying in
Yes.
Desiren?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to go to his room then, wherever he's staying, and go through his stuff. But I want to go as him so that nobody questions me going into his room.
Absolutely. What are you doing with Panabon? Or what are you doing, Panabon?
I'm right. I assume that the dead Matthias is still wearing clothing. I don't actually know how this mantle power works, and I'm just trying to ignore things that I just am in no mood to ask questions for. Because again, I was just dead. So I'm basically going to rifle through his pockets, and if there's nothing there, I'm just literally going to go to the door and like pick it to unlock it, and I'm just going to mutter to myself, and I just want to find somewhere to sit in a chair and have.
So Panabon just goes downstairs and leaves you to it.
Yeah, she's just gonna let Panabon go, and once she has the memories in her head and she knows where he's staying, she's just gonna leave and head directly there.
Okay. One thing that you did grab from Matthias's body is his swords, Panabon.
Darn Skippy, I did.
We will discuss those swords. Essentially, they are mechanically enabled to hold an amount of poison doses. So now you have poisonous short swords. As Shaelune, you make your way away. You eventually say one more time, "Where are you?" And Panabon, you do hear that. You hear Shailune's voice in your head, asking where you are.
Almost died on rooftop. Will see you after food.
We'll see you after food. I almost died. I need a sandwich.
We'll see you.
Yes! I don't know why that. Yes, what else are you going after you come back to life? What else would you do? I need a sandwich and a nap. It's a big thing.
Hug your family? I don't know. Like.
You met my family. Would you really want to hug them? Come on. They're all none of them have jeweled eyebrows.
I'll
like,
send another one and say, meet at the resting spot. Is Dru all right?
Dru is super.
All right, I'll see you there tonight.
Okay.
Weirdos.
And with that, everyone heads off in their separate directions for the moment.
Brune is going to be so angry that she missed the battle. Like, that's Perunia's favorite thing. And you rob Perunia of Perunia's favorite thing. She's gonna be so angry.
I still vomited lightning on people for her. It's
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's
All right. So with that, we are going to end our session. We do not know when our next session is going to be because Panabon John is going to do some higher learning.
I
And-
cannot imagine Panabon going into an art school program. Actually, I can, and it's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
So what will happen then is we will finish out this story arc sometime when everybody can gather together, perhaps over a holiday or maybe
5 days. Oh, Christmas. Oh, Panabon.
yeah, maybe our next streamathon will just do like streamathon like Clockwork.
Like Clockwork, Streamathon.
oops, all
48
Clockwork.
hours.
Oops, all Clockwork. Yes. So, but we'll see because this is good. This was a fun big fight of. There's more to come. We'll see what happens. But until then, we will not see you again next week. We will let everybody know, and I look forward to that happening. So, good night.
Feel free to hang out with us here at Realm Alternus this upcoming week. Wednesday night, we have Power Rangers Centurion, where I GM, and Isabeth is one of my fantastic players who I'm definitely not going to murder this week as they face off against Ivanus. Friday is Well the Worlds, where Isabeth plays as Freya and is probably murdering people, I'm guessing as Freya.
Oh, I like exploded people last session, so I'm dealing with the aftermath of that. Just so you know.
The GM of Well the Worlds is the guy that wrote Well the Worlds, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you like isekai portal fantasies where people go one place and then they get powers, a la Lost is probably the best thing we got in America for it. Yeah, Fridays. And then Paranormal Albany will be back in a couple of weeks for season 5, going in a new wonderful direction that I am privy to and I'm very excited about. And we are going to have Prowlers and Paragons not just coming into the alternate archives, but Prowlers and Paragons is going a little bit kind of Get Smart Shield, doing something called Powers for Hire, where a variety of superheroes will go, because you got to make that money in order to wash your tights. And so you got to do jobs for businesses in order to make a living, because Superman's not getting paid for being Superman, he's getting paid for being a journalist. So that's all coming up here at Realm Alternus, and it's super cool. And it's a super cool community. Join us here in our Discord. Follow us on the Facebook, the Instagram, all the places that we are, and even some of the places that we're not yet, because you never know what will show up.
All right. So with that,
Thank
good night,
you for
everybody.
That. Thank you for that, John, by the way, because I've been out of touch with what's going on streams. Actually, with this show taking hiatus, I am no longer on the Realm Alternus streams. So
Not yet.
it's you guys. It's living on through you. So thank you.
Of course.
Okay, now we can go.
All right. Good night, America.
Good night, everyone.